Yes, hello. My name is Shannon Stark, and I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, lifestyle microscopist, iridologist, and an instructor for the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. I operate a private practice in the heart of beautiful Muskoka in Ontario, Canada. So today I would like to share the importance of understanding your omega fatty acid balance and why testing may be one of the most valuable health assessments available. Many of us are working harder than ever to improve our health. We focus on movement, sleep, nutrition, stress management, and personal growth. I often refer to these as the four pillars of health, being physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness. Yet, despite all our efforts, chronic health concerns just continue to rise. Even more concerning is the increasing number of younger individuals experiencing health challenges that were once associated primarily with aging. This leads us to ask an important question: why? Historically, people consumed foods much closer to their natural state. These foods provided essential vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, fiber, healthy fats, and a balanced intake of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Too many diets today contain a higher proportion of processed foods that are often lower in essential nutrients and higher in sugars and unhealthy fats. One of the most significant dietary shifts has been the change in the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Historically, again, our DNA formation, our omega-6 to omega-3 should be a 1-to-1 ratio. And yet science is saying still even 3-to-1 would be considered healthy. But then in the 1960s became the turning point of when more processed and convenience foods started to be introduced into our diet. And the ratio of the omega-6 to 3 started to get higher. So every decade, this number is increasing, and now we're seeing numbers average in the 25-to-1, and even numbers higher in the 40s, 60s, and 70s to 1. So why does omega balance matter? So every cell in the body is surrounded by a membrane made largely of fats. The composition of these fats influence the structure and function of the cell membrane. Research suggests that maintaining a healthy balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids is important for normal cellular function and overall wellness. While modern diets often result in significantly elevated omega-6 intake, many individuals consume inadequate amounts of omega-3 fatty acid. As this imbalance increases, it may contribute to a less favorable environment for optimal cellular communication and function. And as we can see here, when we have that high omega-6 along the membrane of the cell, this is pro-inflammatory, poor flexibility, impaired function. Nutrients like glucose, amino acid, vitamins, minerals, they're all struggling to get in, and toxin and metabolic waste is struggling to get out. So, wouldn't it be valuable to know your personal omega-6 to 3 ratio rather than simply guessing? The balance test is a simple home-based blood spot test that analyzes your fatty acid profile and provides insight into several key health markers related to essential fatty acid status. So I wanted to know this number. I think this is the most important number we need to know. And my family and I have been taking omega-3 supplements since 2012. And in the last 2 years, I switched over to seal oil just because it would contain the missing omega DPA. So these tests are scientifically based, home administered. I can have the test sent to your home, or you can come to my office and I'll test you here. It's independently managed analysis. The results are anonymous, so they don't know if this is your first test or your fifth test or your 10th test. And it's such an easy finger prick, dry blood spot test. So these tests are sent to Vitas Analytical Services in Norway. The results take typically around 20 to 30 days, And to date, more than 1.7 million people have been tested globally, and we're seeing a 97% global average of people out of balance. This is really concerning. So you can find out your personal test results. What does this test measure? So it looks at your 11 fatty acids in the blood. It looks at 6 different health markers. For example, it looks at your 6:3 ratio, like we already talked about. It looks at your omega-3 index. But this test doesn't just look at your last 48 hours, it looks at your last 120 days. It shows the cell membrane health, your mental strength, how well your brain cells are being nourished, and it has additional fatty acid biomarkers within it. So this just takes a deeper look into that, and it's just more important, and you don't get this with standard blood work. The other interesting thing here is what company would give you a money back guarantee? Meaning, if you come back after your first test and you test at 3 to 1 or better, considered being balanced, you'll be refunded the full amount of your test. So, what is this protocol that will bring us into balance? So, the balance oil is formulated and it's using marine-based omega-3 fatty acids derived from wild, sustainable caught fish, EPA, DHA, DPA, and then also it is combined with the land-based polyphenol. So this is olive-derived polyphenols from Spain. And then also it contains natural vitamin D and E. And the unique feature of the program is that the dosing is based on body weight. So this allows for a more personalized approach. As you can see on the bottom here, balance oil is third-party tested for quality and purity, and it's designed to support healthy fatty acid balance as part of the healthy lifestyle. There's a lot more certifications. I just put up 6 here. And also, hopefully soon, the vegan farm will be available in Canada, which is algae based. I always get asked about the oils that people are already taking, everything from krill oil, concentrated omega-3s, and even cod liver oil. And this study was done showing that the oil was oxidizing quite quickly, which means it's going bad, it's rancid. So krill oil was going rancid at 5 hours after opening, concentrated omega-9, cod liver 15. Balance oil was still protected because of those polyphenols well into the 35 hours. So not only does this keep the oil fresh, it also protects our body from oxidative stress. Again, here are all the third party tested, and this just means that this product is made with the highest quality and care. So, who is this oil beneficial for? And it's everyone. You know, this oil supports those healthy brain and immune growth, reproduction, hair, skin and nails, heart health. And then, you know, we're all aging, but we want to age, you know, gracefully. So, this helps with the joints and bones. So 95% of people who take the Enzino Balance oil are in balance after 120 days. And my question was, why not 100%? So there's 2 reasons. Number one, compliance. You know, we all have those supplements that we bought that are sitting in the cupboard we never took. So we need to take the oil and take your daily dose. And number two, because the dosing is based on your weight, they found that athletes will need a slightly higher dose. Right. So the kit with the balance oil and test. So basically, for your investment in your health, this includes your first balance test, your follow-up balance test, and one complimentary bottle of balance oil, all for $177. And then your subscription is the oil monthly after that is $59 plus shipping. And just know that the shipping is refunded to you in your subscription site, which you can use that money towards other products or saving up for another free bottle of oil. So, when it comes to health, knowledge is so powerful. So, understanding your omega fatty acid balance provides valuable insight into one aspect of your nutritional status and allows you to make informed decisions based on measurable data rather than assumptions. So, if you would like to learn more about the balance test or determine whether this is right for you, you can reach out to me at shannonstark1@gmail.com. You can also visit my website shannonstark.com, and let's start shaping this future of nutrition together.